So your boy the man NJ to the city with the number 2 in TO. This is either part 3 or part 4. But in terms of making a stallion reviews, I would definitely say part 4. But if I just talk about just hip hop in general and so on, then it's part 2, I think, or part 3. Not really keeping track at this point, I don't think. But again, yeah, back to the business of it, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm not gonna lie, depending on which artist you listen to, because like I said, I'm not an always, like, and I literally have this poster on this poster and caption with my NJ to the City logo on it, or one of my NJ to the City logos. I have multiple that says, and I quote, I don't listen to the same mainstream rappers that you do. I just don't. Because a lot of the mainstream rappers you listen to are absolute trash, and so on. And it's not to say that every rapper I listen to is just the dopest, but it's definitely dope from my ears, dope enough from my ears. And it's not to say you have to rap clean, because you really don't. Like NF said, him rapping clean is not an aspersion on anybody else, not casting shade on anybody else, because he listens to a lot of explicit music. He listens to music with a lot of cursing in it, at times. And so it's just his style, which he chose to rap like, is clean. Vice versa with my own. I chose to rap clean back in I want to say 2013, but I know it was earlier than that. I want to say probably 2011 if not 2012. The reason why I chose to rap clean more specifically instead of dirty is because I wanted to show people that you could actually make good, clean rap music. Now, of course, that already exists, let alone already existed at the time, but I guess in terms of mainstream wise, I obviously wasn't hearing it. So that's what I guess you could say I wanted to go off on there on that tangent. I wanted to prove to people that you can make good, clean rap music, without all the extra foul language. And so I think that if you listen to the majority of my music, if not all my music, I've literally accomplished that. Because I love rapping clean. I just love rapping in general. I can rap explicit. It's just that the bigger the platform I've built, I realized to myself that I market to a lot of kids, and the problem with that is the kids can already turn on any Megan Thee Stallion, Young Thug, and etc. song and hear exactly all the cursing, bad language, you know, and etc. that they ever could want to hear. Like, that's really what it is. They can literally turn on any of these most mainstream rap, if not all mainstream rap songs, and hear as much, trash, pollution, and etc. they could ever want and hear. I'm a role model to kids, and I market myself effectively as such. And you really can't market yourself as the role model that I am and have degrading music out there for the kids to listen to. You really kind of can't. Or even if you could, you're going to have to answer for it. I don't really want to answer for it. I don't want to put myself in that position where any parent would ever come up to me and ask me, how do you market yourself as a role model, be it this is the type of music you're putting out, etc., and or video content, but probably both, if not definitely the music. I pride myself more on the music than I do the vlogs. The vlogs come easy as peasy. The music definitely takes a little bit extra work at times. So you get the point. That's my, number one biggest, I don't know whether to say regret or fear, but definitely more so caution, slash warning sign, is that I don't want to put myself in that position where any parent can and or will ever come up to me asking me a question like that of how are you marketing yourself as or supposed to be a role model and a mentor, market yourself as a role model and a mentor, big brother to these kids, but yet your music is this, it's that, it's, filled with all this, stuff, etc., and I don't want that. I don't want to ever put myself in a position to be questioned by, God forbid, any parent. And I guess the reason why is, top reason I put way too much work in this to be questioned by any parent about my merits as a role model, let alone my work ethic as your child's mentor. And or, as I famously keep saying these days, middle school mentor and more. I put way too much work in, and I look forward to putting a lot more work in. There's no way in the world I'm going to, let you purposely, intentionally catch me slipping like that, where you have a case to make. off of any of my material. If I can, you know, does it plan out my progress, or if I can uh, plan out my material, shape my future, I guess you could say, or whatever phrase I could best put there, I'm not going to give you that case to make. I'm not going to put out any material. That's literally one of the top things that I pride myself on, whether it's vlogs or whether it's music. I pride myself on not putting out any sort of, material, source material, where you can even make a case for my legitimacy as your child's role model, for my legitimacy as your child's mentor, for my legitimacy as your child's big brother. I pride myself on not putting myself, in that fray, not throwing myself into that fray to even have that fire and backlash on me, on my name, on my brand, etc. Because I do know kids look up to me. I want more kids to look up to me. I want to, again, get them closer to Jesus. I want these kids to learn what it means to be saved through me. I want these kids to know they got a friend in me, let alone you could say a best friend in me, that probably really move heaven and earth to not only keep them safe, but move heaven and earth to hopefully understand their problems and help them make a way through them, etc. And that's what people have to understand about who I am, as the role model and the mentor that I am, of how I carry myself with the knowledge and the progress of where I want to go in life, school, and sports. I love marketing myself as a middle school mentor. I love these kids with everything that I got. Especially like I was flipping through my phone, my camera roll, looking at some of my old captions. It's the truest thing in the world that when you surround yourself with the right kids of any age group, but definitely the right kids, they're gonna grow your they're gonna grow your love for kids. They're gonna grow your knowledge, your wealth, your charm, your charisma. They're gonna grow you. Vice versa, kids, when you surround yourself with the right mentors and the right role models and the right, example setters, they're going to make you into a better person, because they're going to walk with you and they're going to guide you and they're going to be there for you and they're going to show you the ropes. Vice versa, something that I've been doing for years and been consistently practicing. So that's one of the top reasons why I love who I am and I love the purpose that I have in music, let alone in life, school, and sports, because this is who I am. I am somebody who wants to be held accountable. I need to set examples for the kids. I read these horrible school reviews, and if I don't stand up for something with these kids, I don't think anybody else will. I'm pretty much 1 in a million with this, and if I stop doing what I'm doing, I guess I'll just be 0 with this or whatever, And that's kind of what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of what it is, is that I want to be there, and I love what I do. And most people willingly acknowledge the impact and influence that I have. I love that, and I want to continue to keep growing with that. But as exactly what I said, back to that point, I never want to put myself in a position where any parent could come up to me and question my whatever. It's amazing I started off that way. I said it a minute ago, and now I'm struggling to get the full word out of my mouth. My legitimacy. I don't want to put myself in that position where any parent can question my legitimacy as their child's role model, their child's mentor, their child's big brother. I will not put myself in that position. If not godly, I will not put myself in that position. If I ever put out any content that's questionable for that position, trust me, you will get a full, off script, off camera analysis of why I put that out there. I will never just put loose content out there and wonder why your kids end up corrupt, from it, etc. That's not me, and so on. But again, that's enough about me, because I can talk about me all day. Again, listen to this music with discernment. I want all kids to understand. Listen to this music with discernment. If you listen to this music with discernment, then it won't corrupt you. I got this grave fear. A lot of you are not listening to this music with discernment. You're not even just jazzing out for the beats and or the vibes, as my cousin said, when it comes to liking music that has a vibe to it. I don't think some of you kids are just jazzing out the beats and vibes. I think some of you kids are generally practicing what these rappers preach. I think that's one of your biggest problems. You're actually believing, you're listening, and you're believing what they're telling you, and you're enacting it on your own life, which is why so many of you take pride in sexual immorality the way that you take pride in sexual immorality. Let alone sexual immorality, drugs, and alcohol, etc. And I want people to totally understand, once again, this is why I say parents, you have a way graver job, or whatever the word is. Yeah, grave danger. Yeah. You have a way graver job than what you take advantage of in being the first response to your child's problems and issues. I really shouldn't have to be the first person that your child looks up to when it comes to, thoughts, opinions, takes, yada yada yada, even though all really same meaning, just three different words. I shouldn't have to be the first person your kid looks up to for guidance, advice, and wisdom. I shouldn't be. But if I have to be, oh, God knows I'll embrace that full throttle, full force. That's what I already do. But I shouldn't have to be the first one if you just stepped up and do your job. I should be an extension of you, not doing your job for you. And I think that's what a lot of parents need to understand. I want every parent out there who ever watches this video from your boy, your child's middle school mentor, your child's role model and mentor of all ages, big brother of all ages, etc. I want you to understand this. I should be an extension of what you're teaching your child, what you're already teaching your child. I should be an extension of it to continuously guide your child on the right tracks. I want to say on the right rack so they can make the right tracks. Try to make that rhyme there. I should be an extension of what you're already teaching your child. I shouldn't have to do your job for you because you don't know what you're doing. This is what I mean when I really want to tell parents. Do not be afraid to go to Sunday schools with your kids or go to church with your kids. Let alone just seek out any outlets you need for better parenting. Do not sit on your butt and pretend like as you give your child an iPad, they're going to turn out great. iPad is great for, leisure here and there, relaxation here and there. iPad and screen time should not raise your children. And a lot of you, that's where you're failing number one, thinking that just slap your kid in front of a screen all day and they're out of your hair. Which is what I mean when I say a lot of you had kids for the negatively wrong reason, and you know you did. You were never passionate about raising a kid, let alone your own kids. You were never passionate about bringing up another human being in life, in love, in liberty, fairness, and respect, balance, and creativity. I don't know why you even had kids to begin with, but at the same time, you got them here. God bless you. Be fruitful and multiply. That's what you're supposed to do. But still, a lot of you should have waited before you had kids, or you should have disciplined yourself once you had them to do right by them, not just push them aside because they're interrupting your plans. Make new ones, let alone make new ones with your new child that's now in the world. Children can and will better your life, enhance your life, and heal your life if you work with them. Work with them to better yourself through them, etc. If you do that, you're on the right track, and God will bless you monumentally for it. If you don't do that, your life will continuously be in shambles, and you're going to wonder why your kids turn out crooked and corrupt. Not just because of you, but also because of the wicked education system that's not teaching them anything but how to hate each other, etc. Because I read these school reviews. The school reviews have been an extension of you pretty much when it comes to how corrupt a lot of these schools work. I've read the school reviews. A lot of these schools are as corrupt as can be. Like the reason, I posted on my Snap late last night because it just dawned on my head. When you see a child struggling in life, you should not turn a blind eye and ignore them. You should say something, because if you don't say something, you can't look at anybody else but yourself. That's a lopsided, cross-eyed, when the child takes pride in illegal hustles. When the child takes pride in, again, guns, gangs, drugs, and alcohol. When a kid just pretty much falls astray and loses all faith in life, in society, and etc. You can only blame yourself. But I also realize, Nate, the thing is, the reason why a lot of these schools turn a blind eye, because they're too busy their own self collecting dirty money, pushing things up under the rug. It really is like I just said. A lot of these schools are extensions of the parents, because just like the parents, the schools don't do anything. The schools are not doing anything. The schools are literally helping you corrupt your child rather than helping nurture, feed, grow, build up, and develop your child. Again, I build up kids pretty much for a living at this point. I built a kid. So God bless your boy, man, NJ to the city. More coming soon. God bless.